reflection of the will of the people. Two things that came to my mind. Either Governor Oyetola was such a bad governor that we're just happy to see him go, or the fact that, Governor Adeleke is such a likable man that people are happy to see him come in.
Hi guys, the winning of Governor Adeleke in judiciary has caused a lot of reactions on social media. More people are celebrating this victory in a tremendous way. Some people said this is the beginning of a true democracy in our country. Governor Adeleke has regained his victory to be the governor of Osun State through judiciary. This is what we are really expecting in this election petition tribunal that is going on. Nigerians will celebrate like never before in days to come. Guys, watch and hear what Arise Analyst has to say. And don't forget to share your thought with us.
A couple of things. I think as steady and as other people, let's wait for the certified true copy of the judgment. Let's even see the mind of the court in the first place in that judgment. Yes, primary source is beavers and all of that, put on the IRF. But results put on the IRF, that's the point of result. But there's also a big thing of a burden of proof. And I think I'd like to advise governorship candidates in by-elections, off-cycle elections. Guys, you have to invest heavily on technology for the first time. You have to have a control room where at least in most of the polling units in your state, you have your own internal storage device where pictorial evidence of the accreditation sheets, the result sheets and all of that are taken and are kept in your archive if you want to prosecute any electoral case. And when you look at that, I think that was the big undoing of the APC, because you can hardly prove that case. And when they try to rely on what was on the server, the court did say explicitly that there might be inaccuracies in the server. So if anybody's trying to rely on what's in the server, based on my interpretation, then it's problematic, because a lot of people are saying yes, and that's why they were asking for this thing from INEC. Both parties asked for accreditation data from INEC. The first one was printed for the APC, was based on that the tribunal ruled, because that's over voting. But there was now another level of inconsistency. When the second one was printed for the PDP, it showed that there were inconsistencies in the number. So based on that, now the court has taken a position. They are saying, the server might have inaccuracy, so we're not going to be using those data from the server. So it has to be the real stock data. That's why they were asking for beavers from 774 local governments, the real stock data. But you see, the trick is, that's in the preserve of INEC. So what it tells you is that the burden of proof, even with this technology antecedents as regards INEC, is higher. And this is definitely a locus classicus leading up to the presidential, petition. Let's see how all of this pans out. But one thing is certain, at least to still be able to make a case, those that we having by election, you must have a complete data center and gone are the days where your party agents in polling units just do whatever they like. You must tell them to submit data for you, because it's at least those data that can give you a fighting chance. And the sad reality is most people didn't do enough of that.
All right. A reflection of the will of the people. Two things that came to my mind. Either Governor Oyetola was such a bad governor that we're just happy to see him go, or the fact that, Governor Adeleke is such a likable man that people are happy to see him come in. But I also talk about the length of time it takes to deliver judgment, or it takes for election matter tribunals like this. Governor Adeleke, when he came with a lot of vigor, physically and mentally, dancing governor as he was called. But he had also made some promises to the Osun people, and he reiterated that promise in his victory speech. He couldn't hit the ground running because he had to take time out to deal with this particular issue with regards to whether he was still going to be the substantive governor after the court procedure. Thankfully, he has emerged as governor. So the goodies he has promised the Osun State people is what I'd like to focus on, especially this morning. The people have given him their trust. Look at the joy and the excitement following his victory. May he remember that while he's in office, in the treatment of his people. Under Governor Oyetola's administration, in 2022, Osun State had the worst WAEC result in the 36 states of the Federation. When we look at unemployment numbers, they increased under his administration, What Governor Adeleke has said is that he was going to transform Osun State. We're looking forward to that transformation. The purpose of the will of the people being established, and a victory like this is for good governance. That's the best reward he can give the people of Osun State.
Absolutely.